I'm Nathan Cox. I'm interviewing Tito Munoz for the Citizens Roundtable. I'm man on the street with Laura Glover. And this is Tito Munoz. Did I get that right? Yeah. All right. My first question is, what made you want to get involved with grassroots?
Well, what the problem that we see in America is that the government is being very intrusive. The government is taking every it's not taking over the Constitution, but it's attacking every right that the citizen has under that Constitution, and it's attacking in every direction. So I have seen in Latin America and in other countries governments using the word democracy, and under that democracy imposing laws that diminish the power of the people, and basically imposing a kind of like socialist government in the name of democracy, like in Cuba, like in Venezuela, like in Honduras, Ecuador, and all these other countries. So I'm scared that this happened in America. Most Americans are not aware that this is happening.
Right. What groups are you specifically involved in, whether it's tea parties or grassroots movements?
Well, basically, what I have my own desire to reach to as many people as possible, in which I could tell them that what is happening in America. Right. America is going into a transformation of socialist ideas in the minds of the people.
Right.
And it's coming from the educational system, and it also is coming from the politicians.
Right.
But especially when the politicians start clashing between the employer and the employee, between the rich and the poor, between the one that has insurance and the one that don't have insurance. So it's always a clash of ideas, and in clash of ideas, they're always trying to put people against each other. So these politicians will take over the government by inflicting policies that are going to help, and in reality, it's just taking over your life.
Right. What type of candidate do you support?
Okay, I support every candidate that doesn't have a socialist idea. It could be a Democrat, it could be a Republican, could be a Libertarian, could be whatever. But most of the important things for me is just to stop the socialization of America. There's a lot of politicians in groups that they call themselves Republican or Democrats or whatever, that they are socialists in philosophy and in policy. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people who are starting believing that that's the good thing for America. And I know, with experience, through where I come from, that socialization of a country is the destruction of people's lives and liberty. There are people that want to change this nation. They want to change it to a different philosophy. And I understand that they want that philosophy. And why is the reason that they want that philosophy in the lives of Americans? Because they want to have the control and the power of the people. And I am one of those persons who believe that the power and the control of the nation have to be in the people, not on the government. So in order for us to have that power, we have to elect people in Congress or in the Senate who believes in those principles, that we, the people, is the one who has the ultimate power and not them. And by they socializing the country, they little by little erode the liberties that you have and the power that you have as an individual. You're no longer going to have it. Right. And people might say, well, what is important about health care? Well, it's very important because people become dependent of the government, and then when you are dependent of the government, you are now your vote. You are voting in favor of that dependent that you have. Right. Like when you are dependent on welfare, you're not going to vote for somebody who is not going to provide welfare for you. So basically, they're creating a kind of dependent people in America, dependent in philosophy for the government, dependent in every aspect of the government, and that will erode everybody's life.
All right, Tito. Thanks a lot.
Not a problem.
Thanks. All right. This is Nathan Cox, and I was man on the street.